Hey everyone! Over the last 6 months, we've gotten a lot of questions about why we chose to get a NuCamp Cirrus 920 truck camper. So in this video, we're going to share with you the 10 main reasons we chose this particular camper. But before we jump into this, I want to give you a quick explanation of why we chose a truck camper in the first place. When we started planning our full-time travel lifestyle, one of our main goals was to be able to travel and explore as far as we could, which meant that the camper we chose had to be small enough and nimble enough to go almost anywhere. We also wanted something that was going to be capable of driving through and parking in cities and towns. Our truck camper is big enough to have all the amenities that we need, like a shower and an oven, but small enough to take us almost anywhere that we want to go.
It's detachable. There were a few times that we needed to take our truck for a repair and we were able to detach our camper from the truck. And it was really nice because we were able to still have our home with us. Taking the camper off the truck is not a complicated process. We've got it down to 20 minutes now, and I would say the most complicated process is disassembling the bike rack.
So we've come up with a list of the 10 biggest reasons why we chose this camper. And we're going to start with number 10, which is the basement. Like many things with the Cirrus, it's a nice happy medium. It's not too big and it's not too small. There are some truck campers on the market that have no basement at all, which makes the camper shorter, but it also really limits the tank size. There's also truck campers on the market that have a really big basement with tons of storage and lots of space for water tanks, but it makes the camper a little bit taller. What we found with the Cirrus is that the basement is big enough to give us large holding tanks, but it doesn't make the camper overly tall. Our camper is only 11 feet 6 inches tall, which means we're not the tallest and we're not the shortest. We're right in the middle.
Number 9, hard side non-slide. When we were researching truck campers, we found out that some of them come with the slides, some of them break, they add weight, and most importantly, sometimes you can't access your living space without opening the slide. We didn't want to deal with this, so we decided to go with a hard-sided non-slide truck camper.
Number 8, NuCamp's awesome customer support. During our initial research, one of the priorities we had was to find a company that had a really good reputation. There's a lot of them out there, and NuCamp is definitely one of them. Over the last 2 years, and even before we bought our camper, I had a lot of experience interacting with NuCamp's tech support. Prior to our purchase, I had a lot of questions about specifics, measurements, weights, all kinds of things. So whenever I would email support asking for diagrams or measurements, they were pretty fast at getting back to me, which was really helpful for us making our decision. The couple of times that we needed warranty work done, NuCamp was excellent to work with. I email them on a regular basis with our own questions as well as the questions of others. And I want to give a special thank you to Creed at NuCamp for being such an awesome resource and a wealth of knowledge. I really appreciate your hard work and your fast responses. You've been a tremendous help to me as well as many others. So thank you, Creed.
Thanks. Number 7, full-size queen bed. A lot of campers have non-standard sized mattresses, and we wanted a standard size queen bed. Having a standard size makes it way easier to replace the bedding and to replace the mattress if we choose to. We also love the fact that it came with a Froley system. The Froley system allows air to flow underneath the mattress, which reduces mold and moisture buildup. It provides a foundation to the mattress and it makes it very comfortable to sleep on. The Froley system can be added to any camper, but we really like that it came like this from the factory.
Number 6, the generator compartment. When we were planning our rig, we wanted to have a generator, but we didn't want the factory installed generator. Without the factory installed generator, we were left with this large compartment, which let me install my own Honda generator in here. Building this setup required a little bit of extra work, but it's given us a great deal of flexibility in how we use the generator. I did a full video on this setup, which I'll leave a link to up here. I just want to pause for a second and point out how beautiful this location is. We kind of got a late start on recording this, and the sun's kind of setting now. It's pretty amazing.
Number 5, the Esthetics. The camper that we chose was going to be our new home. We wanted to make sure that we liked the way it looks and that it's comfortable for us to live in. We liked Cirrus truck camper for their European design, the color palette, and their build quality.
Number 4, the windows. We love our double pane windows. They provide excellent insulation against hot and cold weather, and they also offer some sound insulation. That means we can get a good night's sleep even when we're camping in a noisy environment. The windows tilt out, so we can use them in the rain and we stay nice and dry inside. Our Cirrus also came with these blackout blinds. They're awesome for stealth camping and it gives us a nice dark place to sleep. This skylight is one of our favorite features. It's large, easy to open, and perfectly positioned for stargazing while we're lying in bed. And the skylight, like all of our windows, has this blackout blind, so it stays nice and dark in here even during the day.
Number 3, storage. We wanted to make sure that we have enough storage for our camera equipment, our clothing, our tools, and other miscellaneous items. In comparison to similar campers, we really like the storage features that Cirrus offers. Like this pantry, where we keep all of our kitchen stuff. This large drawer allows us to organize our pots and pans. And this large cabinet is where we keep our laundry and computer equipment. And this little drawer allows us to keep our dry goods in there. After a year of traveling, we also came up with our own modifications, and I would say the biggest one was this, custom building our office space. We actually made a video about how we built our office space, and you can watch it up here. Number 2, holding tank sizes. Our freshwater tank holds 38 gallons of water, gray tank holds 32 gallons of water, and black tank holds 18 gallons of water, which is perfect for us. Even though we travel full time, we still wanted to shower daily, so having enough water was pretty important to us. The holding tanks in our Cirrus are perfect for us. They're not too big, they're not too small. The fresh tank lasts us about 4 days, and then we also carry 4 6-gallon jugs full of fresh water, and that usually gives us 3 additional days. We made a video about how I shower in the truck camper, and if you guys are curious, you can check it out right here.
And now for the number 1 reason we chose the Cirrus truck camper, the ALDE hydronic heating system. We chose the ALDE for the number 1 spot because Sasha and I agreed that it was our favorite aspect of the Cirrus truck camper. The name of the company is actually pronounced ALDE, but I always say Alde because I've been saying it for 2 years and it's a pretty tough habit to break. So just for clarification, it is ALDE, not Aldi. I'm going to try to get it right though. When we purchased our Cirrus, NuCamp was the only truck camper manufacturer using the ALDE system in their campers. And for us, that really set them apart from the other options on the market. Prior to us traveling full-time, Sasha and I had a travel trailer, and it had a traditional hot air furnace in it. It worked well for keeping us warm, but it was really loud and it used a lot of battery power. It would often wake us up in the middle of the night as it cycled off and on, and it would frequently leave us with a dead battery in the morning. We also found that the hot air furnace made the air in the camper unbearably dry. Our Cirrus came with the ALDE 3020 hydronic heating system, and we love it. It's nearly silent, and the heating elements, called convectors, run around the walls of the camper and basically eliminate all of the cold spots. So we stay toasty warm in the middle of the camper, and we have pretty even heat throughout the entire unit. And since it's a forced hot water system, it doesn't dry the air out like a typical furnace. When it's running, it only uses about 2 amps of power, which barely affects our batteries. When it is running, all you can hear is a slight hum from the circulation pump. It's nowhere near as loud as a hot air furnace. Our ALDE provides us with both heat and hot water, and it will run on either propane or electric. And when we're at a campground, we get to use shore power for all of our heating needs. That means while we're connected to shore power, we're only using our propane for cooking. Now, a couple months ago, we had a problem with the water heater in our ALDE, and we made a 3-part series about the journey of getting it repaired, and I'll leave a link to it up here. And what we learned during that journey is that ALDE's customer support is excellent. We really had no idea because we'd never dealt with them before. I was impressed with their follow-through and their flexibility with getting repairs done. And being without hot water for a couple weeks really made us appreciate how often we use it. It's always there, silently keeping everything warm. We really love our Cirrus and appreciate all of the thought that NuCamp put into it. While Sasha and I were coming up with this list, we both agreed that the ALDE was the biggest single reason we chose the Cirrus over all of the other campers on the market. We really hope to see the ALDE and other systems like it in more campers in the United States. And after a year and a half of living on our rig full time, we can't imagine having another camper without an ALDE system in it. Now, there were many other factors that went into us choosing the Cirrus, but these were the 10 most important to us. We put a tremendous amount of time and energy into our research and decision-making process, and after nearly 2 years of ownership, we're still very happy with what we chose. And in reality, probably the biggest reason we like our camper is because it takes us to places like this.
Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps us.
And if you have any questions for us, please leave them down in the comments. We're happy to respond.
See you next time.
Bye. The Cirrus Truck Camper.
Nice and warm in here.
Number 6, the Generator Compartment.
You look like a mad scientist, like, ha ha, the Generator Compartment. Ha ha ha.